Hi Chandra.
Hi Raj, the server is available.
Right. Yes, it is available.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead with the, yesterday we were struggling to create a material. Yes, not yesterday, it is the day before, 2 days back.
Yeah.
I'll start creating a material quickly, Chandra, then I'll follow it up, we'll discuss on that one. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll go for, let me create a material Kanban 6 or something like that. Okay. This is my raw material, mechanical engineering and ROH. ROH. Yes. Okay, let me copy it from one of the materials. So that the text part I will not to type it more in order to avoid that typing this one. I'm copying it, nothing else. Just I'm creating a material with text Kanban 6. Okay, and additional data go to Kanban 6. Here also Kanban 6. Name. Right, and go to next basic data to purchasing, purchase order text, presenter, purchase order text also next to Kanban 6. Here also Kanban 6. Enter MRP 1, MRP 2, MRP 3, MRP 4, accounting 1, accounting 2, costing 1, costing 2. This material is created. Okay, I created the material. So the material Kanban 6 has been created with the transaction MM01, which we are already aware of it. This is very much clear. Okay, fine. Yes. Next, the other part of the master data that is required for Kanban is nothing but the supply area, Chandra. Supply area is nothing but from there you are getting the goods supplied to production or supplied material supplied to the feeding area. The supply area transaction code is equal to PK05 and the path for this supply area is follows like this. Say Kanban. In this Kanban supply area, this is the supply area. PK05 is how to create a supply area. Supply area is nothing but a storage location in the plant so and so, from where you are going to get the feeding of the material. Is that okay, Chandra? In the plant so and so, just let me, you have the copy option, that is why I am taking the copy, or otherwise you can go to the new entries also. Yeah. Copy, give the name of this supply area. I am taking a supply area also as a material with respect to the Kanban 6. Supply area for Kanban 6. That means for material Kanban 6, something like that I am taking it up. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Kanban 6. And storage location, from which storage location, wherever I am maintaining the stock, that there itself I am going to get a supply of the goods. That is what I am taking it up this scenario. Is that okay, Chandra?
Yeah.
So here we have been created a supply area with the supply area title of Kanban 6 and the description for that supply area we had given is supply area for Kanban 6.
Okay.
Okay. After creating the supply area, next thing is the control cycle. This is also one of the most important part of it. This control cycle really it controls everything related to the Kanban. So before going to the control cycle, of course, you have to maintain the supply area. So we
did
created
that.
a supply area.
We did it.
Yeah, right, Chandra. 1 second. Just let me update the steps so that we can break it out. Supply area with Kanban 6. and the transaction code we used here is equal to CK01. Next step we are going for control cycle, and the control cycle is equal to PK01 is a control cycle, or PKMC is maintenance of the cycle. Here you can go for the control cycle, and here you can create a control cycle also with a PK01 transaction, or you can go for PK this one. Just let me go for PK01. I'll explain to you the process. In this, for which material you are going to create a control cycle? This is the Kanban fixed material. In which plant you are going to create it? In the plant 1000. And which is the supply area for this particular control cycle? Supply area just now we created is also equal to Kanban 6, right, Chandra?
Yeah, yeah.
In the plant for this particular material, or we can select it with respect to some material used, set by material. In the plant 1000, we have the Kanban area 6 associated with this. We have KAN 6 is already there. Right? Okay. So this is the material, this is the plant, and the supply area associated with this control cycle is nothing but is equal to Kanban 6. Here we are, oh sorry, 1 second, just I'm going back, Chandra. Here I want to explain one more point before going to PK01 is the transaction code for the supply area. Whether it is a classic Kanban, event driven Kanban, there are two types of Kanban are there. You can create from the same control cycle transaction either the event driven Kanban or the classic Kanban. These predetermined another number of things are required. What is the quantity per each bin? All these things are predetermined. In the case of the event driven Kanban, when and then when you require, you define the quantity as well as the number of things. That is the difference I explained during the last class, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going for creation of the classic Kanban for the material Kanban 6 and the supply area Kanban 6, and the number of Kanbans is equal to say I'm going to generate a number of Kanbans of say 5, 6 or 7. Okay, I'll take it as 5, and each Kanban quantity is equal to say 250. Is that okay, Chandra?
Yeah.
And I want to trigger this Kanban from my vendor, so I want to go for an external source. From the external source, in the sense, here one more step, Chandra, before going to the, if you are going for external source, or if you want to trigger your requirement from your vendor, just create one scheduling agreement or scheduling line. Just I am creating a scheduling agreement here. Scheduling agreement is basically will be taken care of by people, Chandra. As a basic, what is meant by exactly the scheduling agreement is, it is a long-term agreement between the vendor and the purchasing organization to supply the material as and when required.
Yeah.
Here in the requirement, we have been mentioned as 31L. We have been mentioned as, I want this much of material, or otherwise I will buy this much of material from your end, provided I bind it, provided this is the quantity, this is the price. But when I require the quantity, that I am not sure at this point of time, I will give my schedule to later. You have to supply me according to my schedule. So that is the requirement, Chandra. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And so let me create one scheduling agreement. And the transaction code for creating a scheduling agreement is equal to NE31L. I am creating with respect to the vendor. I am taking an existing vendor of 345. 100. Suppose there is a vendor. And agreement type is equal to LP or LPA. There are LP is without forecast and LPA is with forecast. If it is with forecast, means automatically system will fetch the existing forecast data. So this is the scheduling agreement again from the vendor so and so, agreement type so and so, and in the purchasing organization 1000 and the purchasing group 001, I want to create a scheduling agreement. And then my scheduling agreement is valid from today's date to so and so date. This is my end validity date of my scheduling agreement. Okay. But for which material I am creating a scheduling agreement? I am creating a scheduling agreement for a material called as Kanban 6 against the vendor with rather than against with the vendor 100,345. Right, Chandra? And the quantity is equal to say I want to buy say 25,000 pieces from the same buyer from the vendor 100,345 for the material so and so, this much of quantity If I maintain the price details in my pricing purchase info record, system will fetch the price data from the purchase info record. If I didn't maintain that, then the system will ask for net price. Let us assume that my net price is equal to 10 rupees. This is my scheduling agreement, Chandra. Is it clear to you? What is the meaning of the scheduling agreement? Did I make it clear to you?
Yeah.
It's basically a long-term agreement between the vendor, that is the supplying party, and a purchasing organization of a particular company. So I want to buy this particular material from so-and-so vendor with this purchasing organization, with this price, with this amount, for this much of quantity. And it is valid from this period to this period, but I didn't mention any lines, schedule lines. In the sense, when I want the material, I didn't mention, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
One more point, because we want to trigger this requirement through the help of the Kanban. Here there is one indicator, is there Kanban indicator. Set this Kanban indicator as X, which is a replacement will be done by with the help of the Kanban. I'll come to that point. Wait for some time, Chandra. For the time being, how I can setting this? Just take a look of it. This is the scheduling agreement. Select the scheduling agreement. Go to additional data. Here the lens is there. You come to the lens, and here the Kanban indicator is there. You can select the Kanban indicator, replenishment of the element by the Kanban. Is that okay, Chandra, for you?
Yeah.
So system will create one scheduling agreement and it will generate one number. This is my scheduling agreement. Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
So I created a scheduling agreement and the scheduling agreement number is equal to so-and-so number. Right, Chandra? Fine. Now coming to our Kanban, that is a control cycle. In the control cycle, I am going for external source. That means I want that this Kanban to be or this quantities has to be supplied from my vendor. I am going for external source, external replacement strategy, 1000 does not, replacement strategy in the plant 1000. Okay. I want to trigger it through the schedule lines, right, Chandra? Based upon this schedule lines, I want my supplier to schedule it. Okay. Now it is asking for which is the contract and what is the contract number or something like that. This is my contract or this is my scheduling agreement line. Okay. So against this, whatever I maintain in this particular agreement, you please supply as per this one or with respect to this one. That's what contract does not refer to the location supply area. Okay. I'll go to supply area 1 second. Change the time. I have to maintain the supply area. Storage location 32L. This is my agreement, right, Chandra? Go to here. Go to here. Just for storage location, you have to enter, Chandra. Here there is a storage location from which supply area it is connected basically.
Yeah.
So I am entering the same storage location which is referred in our supply area. Now the supply area is linked to my scheduling agreement, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Now let me check it up again. PK01, enter. Classic Kanban, enter. Number of Kanban 5, quantity per Kanban 250, and I want this Kanban to be triggered with the help of the external source. Schedule line, enter, and the scheduling agreement number 141 and item 10. So it is taking it up. That means the Kanban in the control cycle we maintained the contract number, we maintained the vendor. All these are linked to this control cycle. Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
I maintained how many number of Kanbans? 5 Kanbans, and the quantity for each Kanban is equal to 250. If you see into the look into, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Kanbans are there. Each status is equal to 0. Wait for some time, Chandra. 5 Kanbans are there. Is it clear? That means 5 bins I want from this one. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me save this particular control cycle. Control cycle has been created for the material Kanban 6. Now the next step is equal to, we created is control cycle, which is equal to, the first step is material master creation, number 1 step, and number 2 step is equal to create supply area, and number 3 step is equal to create a scheduling agreement. Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
And the number 4th step is equal to control cycle. Okay, fine. Now after creating the control cycle and the supply area, now we can see the status of this control cycle in the Kanban board, Chandra. Kanban board is one is the demand source, another is the supply source. Demand source is nothing but at the plant side, supply source is nothing but at the vendor side. Now you want to see the demand source which is at the plant side for a material Kanban 6. What is your demand as of now? Demand source, we are looking into the Kanban board of the demand source for the Kanban 6. Supply area is a Kanban 6 and the material is also equal to Kanban 6. I'm giving these are the inputs and through the supply area for this one. How many Kanbans are there, Chandra?
5.
This number 5 is why there are 5 number of Kanbans is it is routed through the help of our control cycle, right, Chandra?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Kanban information is equal to number of Kanbans are 5, and each quantity for Kanban as of now it is equal to 0. But it is the quantity it can take it is equal to 250, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your demand source. That means you are demanding at the plant side, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Let me check it up my supply source also, and that transaction code for that one is equal to CK12N. This is my supply source. Supply source is this is my vendor. With respect to this vendor, with respect to this material, what is my demand at the vendor side? Is it the same demand, Chandra? This is the demand source. This is the supply source, right?
Yeah.
This is basically, this is called as Kanban board. Kanban board at the demand source and the Kanban board at the supply source are the same, and it is referring 1124, 1125, 1126 and so on so forth. Same numbers 1124, 1125, 1126 and so on so forth. Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Fine. And now let me create one more screen. In this, let us see the status of MD04, which is our favorite transaction, where you can see the status of this particular Kanban or for this particular material. As of now, there is no stock, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Stock is equal to 0, and this particular storage location is maintained separately. That's what it indicates. This blue line indicates that this storage location is controlled with the help of the Kanban, or it is not relevant MRP or something like that. It is showing, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now I'll make one of the Kanbans as empty at the demand source. That means even though the status is the gray status indicates they are in the waiting stage, Chandra.
Yeah.
Waiting stage is nothing but it is still not been activated any status. That's what the status is. Now I'll change the status to the go to the next status. Set it to the next status. The moment I set to the next status, it will become empty. Red indicates empty, Chandra.
Oh, okay.
If I see this Kanban information now it is Kanban requested quantity is equal to 250 and the status is equal to empty. Will you agree with this one, Chandra?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is at the demand source. That means at the plant side, you decided, okay, I want to make one container as empty. The moment you say empty at the demand source, the same thing has to reflect at the supply source. Let us reflect this supply source. It became empty here also. Just by refreshing it, it became empty, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
That means the same status has been reflected at the demand source and as well as the supply source, right?
Yeah.
Now, the supply source is nothing but your vendor, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Demand source is nothing but your plant.
Yeah.
At the plant side, you told me, sir, that I need one container. You made one container as an empty. The moment you made it as an empty, that means you are requesting for fulfilling of the 250 pieces of that particular container, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
You are the demand source, I am the supply source. I got the same information at my supply source also. Yes, Chandra wants one container of 250 pieces. Okay, as soon as I see this status, then I will fulfill this status by with the full quantity. Of course, I'll change it to the next status called as, I'll make it as full at your container. Making full in the sense I am fulfilling or filling it up that particular quantity, Chandra. I want to show it to you. The moment you said there is one container empty, system will generate a schedule line for 250 pieces, Chandra. I just refreshed it. I didn't run the MRP, Chandra. Are you able to follow me?
Yeah.
Is it clear to you?
Yeah.
This schedule line, the input for this schedule line has been triggered by making your Kanban as an empty, right?
Empty,
The moment
yeah.
Kanban is empty, then system is also referring the same information to the supply source. At the same time, it is also reflecting or generating a schedule line. There is a schedule line for 250 pieces to fulfill this quantity of 250, right?
Yeah. Quick question here.
Yes.
Schedule line in MRP element data, we have star. What is that after 0010?
Sorry, Chandra. This is star. It's basically it's a format schedule line, Chandra. Schedule line has been.
Oh, yeah. Correct.
The moment it is a star, it indicates that means it is a format quantity. That means requirement is format as such.
Yeah, that's
Clear, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are requested your demand. I am as the supply source. So I have to fulfill your requirement by supply source, right, Chandra?
That's correct.
So from the supply source, I am changing it to the next status. That means you made it empty means I will come and then fill it up your bin, right?
Yeah.
And I will come and then I will come to the quantity and I will change the status to the new status, that is the full. So far we didn't touching the MRP, Chandra. Just make a note of it.
That's correct.
Now the Kanban has been processed and it became a green, right, Chandra? So we are at the supply source. It is at my status. I changed it to the green. That means I am giving the full quantity whichever requested by Chandra or the demand source. Now, as of now, at the moment I made it full here, the same has to come here and then reflect it. That means, of course, after giving the quantity only, I will change the status, Chandra, at my end. That means your bin also has become full now, right?
Yeah.
Your bin has become full means what is the stock that you expect at your end, Chandra, now?
250.
Excellent, very good. Let us go and check it up the stock requirement. As of now, it is 0. Let me refresh it, Chandra. I am refreshing it.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
There is a stock of 250 pieces of the storage location 004. If you click onto this stock, you can see the complete details event too. If I go to the MMDE or the stock of this one, you can see such that there is a 250 pieces of stock is available at
005.
Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
So without operating MRP, without running MRP, without touching the MRP, the moment you want the requirement, immediately you triggered it. The moment you triggered your requirement, the same thing is reflected at my end, which is my supply source. And the moment I made it as a full, the same thing has been reflected once again as the demand source. And both were being done, the stocks were being updated in the system. Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Okay. The same cycle I am repeating once again. Could you please take a look at it so that it will give more clarity how we have been followed it up after setting up the master data and how simpler it is, why the people prefer it to go, then you can understand more better.
Yeah.
I'm repeating the same cycle, Chandra.
Yeah.
I want to make one more Kanban as an empty. That means your demand is you want one more quantity. I'm changing it to the next status. After the wait, the next status is empty. Then it became empty, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Red is empty, Chandra. It's a standard signal. So the moment you made it as a red, the same thing has to reflect at supply source.
Yeah.
It became red. Now I am the supply source. That means the red signal of indicates me so that you are requiring a quantity of 250 pieces. Is that right, Chandra?
Yeah.
So that means I have to come and then fulfill your quantity.
Yeah.
I have to make this empty bin to the full.
Yeah.
I am changing the status to the next status of the empty is nothing but the next status is nothing but your full.
Full, yeah.
I made it as a full. The moment I made it as a full, it already became to 500. No problem.
Yeah.
I thought that I want to show one more schedule. No problem. No. Demand source. The moment I refresh it, then you will get a signal of 112 here. And your stock as of now is equal to 500, right, Chandra?
500.
And if you will go to the stock overview, just refresh the stock, it will become 250. Sorry, 500. Right, Chandra? So you are not touching the MRP. At the same time, the moment you want any sort of requirement, you are triggering it through just the Kanban itself, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
Don't you think it is a simpler?
Very simple, yeah.
Yeah. The moment you want, immediately you are asking me. The moment you are triggering it, the same information is communicating to me, which is in a vendor, right?
Yeah.
And the moment I fulfill it up, at the same time, both the transactions are recorded in the system. Somewhere the stock also has to be updated. We have to pay for the vendor, right?
Yeah.
So it is triggering it properly, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
This is a simpler system. That is why people prefer to go for. Of course, it is. There are certain other conditions are also mandatory here, Chandra. One thing is we are presuming that the quality is perfectly okay in every respect, and we are maintaining this clear-cut quality as well as the production requirements and then stock requirements, Chandra. In that angle only it works it out. That means your vendor should be very reliable and your requirements should be consistent. All these things are some other parameters we have to take into consideration, Chandra.
Mm-hmm.
Is it clear to you now?
Yeah.
So the controlling of operation made it as a simpler with the help of the Kanban. The moment at the demand source will make it to the next status, that means either pull or empty, it will trigger the signal at the demand source, supply source, and at the same time it will also generate a schedule line in the requirement in the system. It is creating a schedule line. The moment it is created a schedule line, at the same time, the moment it is generates the same requirement, it will reflect the same requirement at the source end also or supplier end also. Of course, the supplier is the right person to change the status to the next. Whenever there is an empty, he will come and then fulfill that quantity by full. The moment he makes it full, your stock will get updated by that much of quantity. Similarly, your demand source also will get updated by that much of quantity.
Yeah.
Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
So it is a question of course, here we are using the transactions PK12 PK13, which are the two transactions through which we are triggering the status waiting to empty or empty to full. These are the three statuses we are changing again and again, right, Chandra?
Yeah.
In real-time scenario, even to make it more simpler, they will interface this one to an external barcoding system. That barcode, the moment you scan that barcode scanner, it will trigger your empty signal state, full signal, all these things, Chandra.
Oh, okay, okay.
You need not to come to the SAP screen and then enter PK12 and PK13 or something like that. The moment you scan it as empty, immediately it will trigger the same signal. What we are doing it by transaction will be done through that scanner itself, Chandra.
Scanner.
It's a basically an external device which is connected to the system. Scanner.
Yeah.
The barcode scanner basically.
Yeah.
Is that right, Chandra? Clear to you?
Yeah. Very clear.
Now I hope now you are a bit of clear on the concept of Kanban, why the Kanban is used, how the Kanban is used, right?
That's correct.
Bit more step into the same lines, Chandra. Here, when we are creating a control cycle, there are different options are there. I'll go to CK02. The option is, what we took an option is equal to external procurement, right, Chandra?
Mm-hmm.
But this pattern can be actually just go. Here it already exists. No problem. There is one more transaction PKMC, Chandra. This is also one of the most commonly used transaction for maintenance of the control cycle. PKMC transaction code I am using here is PKMC, and for which plant, which material your Kanban you want to see this, so you can refer it here. For the supply area this and for the material this. Either you are looking at the classic Kanban or you are looking at the event driven Kanban. I want to look at the classic Kanban details of this particular material. Yes, you can refer it. This is the control cycle. Whenever you create a control cycle, it is generated with the control cycle number, Chandra. That is nothing but your control cycle is generated with the number. Those are defined in the configuration number in the range or something like that. I'll show it to you. And of course, here the number of Kanbans you can see that there are three Kanbans which are in full status. That is 250, 250, 250. Right, Chandra?
Yeah.
and the two Kanbans are still in the waiting stage, which are not yet been empty or you have not been activated as such, right? And here the procurement, there are different type of, one is in-house production or the external procurement or the stock transfer. Those are the three parameters that there is a possibility to have it. I want to show it one more, this one. Or others, I'll do one thing, Chandra. I need a bit more explanation of the configuration part of also, small configuration part also is there. I'll just quickly finish it tomorrow and then I'll go for the next topic. Other than that, I have 6 more minutes left.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine, yeah.
This, as far as external procurement cycle is concerned, easy to clear to simple steps, not to be very, of course, I explained only the front end part of it. We need a bit more details in the configuration that I'll explain tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
As far as the front end part is concerned, I hope you are clear so that how the Kanban is triggering in that system.
Very clear.
Okay, I'll stop up to here, Chandra, because I was started a bit late. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, we had I was chatting with Danny so that okay, today maybe we may not have been communicated, Chandra, or Chandra may not have been caught up, and it's already too late. That way we don't want to disturb you much again and again. Meanwhile, we are closing it up. Then you called. You came in.
Okay, right.
Okay, then Chandra. Have a great evening. Bye bye.
Yeah,
We'll catch up tomorrow the same timing. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Manishan? Not in this club? This is కొంచెం నిజంగా చెప్తున్నా కొంచెం వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు ఎదురుగా వాళ్ళను అది క్లియర్కి వస్తుందా రాదు మొన్న ఏం చెప్పిన ఎవరు చూసినావు అని వాళ్ళని అడిగినారా ఇదేంటి మమ్మీ అని అడిగినారా నువ్వు చెప్పినవా పేరు ఉందంటే నా అకౌంట్ వేసుకున్నారు మళ్ళీ